Princess Sarah of Valyria had sworn an oath before the 3 moons of her world. She would never marry. Not to a warrior, not to a diplomat, not to the sons of the noble houses who paraded before her throne each season with rehearsed vows and jeweled promises. She was born of royal lineage, sculpted from silver-blue starlight itself, and the galaxy believed she was destined to choose a husband who would strengthen alliances. Not her heart, but Sarah's heart had always been a rebellion. From childhood, she had seen how marriage was used as a chain, neatly decorated, gold-plated, but a chain nonetheless. She had watched her mother sacrifice, her dreams for treaties, and her aunt weep quietly after a political union turned into a cage. So Sarah vowed she would be different. She would lead Valyria without ever becoming anyone's bargaining piece, and for many years, she was firm in that vow. Until the day the humans arrived, the Valyrian royal hall shimmered like a frozen waterfall, crystalline pillars reflecting the lights that filtered down from the bioluminescent sky dome. Delegations from across the galaxy gathered for the newest diplomatic summit event, most considered routine. Sarah considered it tedious. Her advisors, however, insisted she attend. "Your presence conveys stability," Chancellor Velen reminded her for the 1000th time. "My presence conveys I'm bored," she murmured back, but she went anyway. A ruler rarely got the luxury of skipping her duties. She stood with calculated elegance, a silver silk mantle draped across her shoulders, her luminous hair braided with crystal strands that chimed softly when she moved. Other rulers approached her with rehearsed politeness, their smiles practiced, their intentions transparent. Then the humans walked in. They weren't the largest species, nor the most intimidating, nor the most elegant, but they carried themselves with a strange mix of confidence and humility that made the hall take notice. And among them was Jack Haley. He was tall for a human, lean but strong, with dark hair that refused to stay perfectly combed despite the clear effort. His uniform bore the crest of the Terran Exploration Corps, but it was his eyes that caught Sarah's attention, warm, steady, and impossibly alive. While other diplomats scanned the room with calculated ambition, Jack looked around with genuine curiosity. Like a traveler grateful for a new horizon, for the first time in many years, Sarah forgot to breathe. Jack had been warned. "Don't stare at the princess," his commanding officer had whispered. Valyrians considered direct admiration a proposal. Jack wasn't planning to stare at anyone. He was here as a junior diplomat, an observer, someone expected to smile, nod, and not ruin anything. But when he saw Princess Sarah, everything in his mind went silent. She looked like she had stepped out of a myth tale, radiant, with eyes the color of sunrise over ice fields. But it wasn't her beauty that hit him hardest. It was the aura around her, strength woven with loneliness, elegance blended with something fierce and searching. She looked like someone who had fought 1,000 silent battles, and had won most of them. Jack found himself staring before he could stop. Sarah noticed, and instead of looking offended, her lips curved into something dangerously close to amusement. The summit proceeded as expected, posturing, speeches, half-promises dressed as declarations. Sarah performed her role flawlessly, but her focus kept shifting toward the human delegation. More specifically, toward one human who kept looking away whenever she met his eyes. The universe, she realized, had a sense of humor during the intermission. She approached him on impulse, a bold act that sent whispers through the hall. "You are Jack Haley of Terra," she said, her voice smooth as crystalline wind. Jack swallowed. "Yes, Your Highness." Do humans always look at foreign royalty as though they're trying to understand their soul? He nearly choked. I didn't intend, Sarah laughed, a soft, musical sound that stopped several diplomats mid-conversation. "I'm joking," she said. "Mostly," Jack exhaled. "Ah, good." She tilted her head. "You speak truth even when nervous. Unusual for a diplomat." "I'm not really a diplomat," Jack admitted. "Just someone who wants to learn." Sarah felt something warm unfurl in her chest. Perhaps that is what she had been waiting for all along. Not power, not status, not alliance, but someone who sought understanding instead of advantage. "Walk with me," she said. Jack blinked. "Really?" A princess of one of the richest star systems in the galaxy was inviting him personally? Yes, she said with a small, mischievous smile. Unless humans make vows against walking? No, he said quickly. Walking is fine, great, perfect. She laughed again, and together they left the hall. The palace gardens stretched for miles, glowing with soft luminescence as alien flowers opened in the night cycle. They walked between crystal trees and hovering fireflies that responded to their movements with gentle flashes. Jack found it surreal. Sarah found it refreshing. For once, she wasn't being evaluated, judged, or pressured. Jack didn't treat her like a prize or a political key. He was genuinely interested in her world, her species, her stories, and he shared his own. He told her about Earth's oceans, about the storms that roared across the Pacific, about mountains that pierced clouds, and about his grandmother who raised him with 2 rules: be kind and be brave. Simple rules, Sarah said softly. The best ones usually are. She walked ahead, letting the garden lights dance across her features. Then, stopping beneath a glowing lunar vine, she turned to him with an expression Jack had never seen on a royal leader, something vulnerable. Something hopeful, Jack, she said quietly. I made a vow once. One I believed unbreakable. What vow? That I would never marry. Jack felt something in his pulse stutter, but he didn't look away. And now? He asked. Sarah took a breath, her luminous eyes locked on his. Now I wonder, she whispered, if the universe brought humans across the stars just to make me reconsider. Jack's voice came out low. I'm honored and terrified. Good, she said, closing the distance between them by a single step. Bravery means nothing without a little fear. Silence settled around them, soft, charged, electric. Jack spoke first, careful and sincere. You don't owe anyone your life, Your Highness. Not even me. Sarah smiled, a real smile, rare and unguarded. I know, she said. That is why I'm choosing to stay here with you a little longer. The lunar vines brightened, casting a halo around her. Jack reached out, not touching her, but close enough that she could choose. She did. Her fingers slipped gently into his in the royal hall later that night. Rumors spread like solar fire. The alien princes who vowed never to marry had been seen walking hand in hand with a human, and the galaxy, for the first time, wondered, what if love, not treaties, would reshape the stars?